Welcome back, Rivals. This is Zonia, and you are in the zone. So, just the other week, they had that Survivor-themed weekend, and I showed you day 2 already in our last video last week. But this week, I want to show you what happened on day 1. I actually did better on day 1 than day 2. As you can see, for this match, already we are in play. I've got 15 life down there at the bottom, so you know that this is at least 8 wins. So we're pretty deep in already at this point. Amber has been played against my Jackie CR, which I played with very few pills, and Jackie won, and so now we've got a lot of DR here, so he counters with Marina. I was trying to pull out a couple more pills here, and Lady was just the best choice there because I was hoping to pull out a few more than that, but getting rid of Marina was a really good option here, and so I decided, okay, I'm going to throw Herman. We have El Gringo, which is kind of a problem, so I need to make sure that I throw at least an extra pill there. But I decided to throw just a few more because, obviously, if I lose this round, then I'm going to be in big trouble. Now, he can't throw Asparov because that's going to put him in the worst situation against Herman, whereas El Gringo would put him in a slightly better situation this round, and then next round would be better. Of course, he decides to go with Asparov, so I would not have gone with Asparov. I definitely would have gone with El Gringo. It wouldn't have mattered either way, but as you can see here, I just happened to get lucky. I threw just enough pills because I figured that they would assume that I'd only play a few pills just to get under my min, maybe a few more just to keep them honest. But I decided to throw a few more than that because I was hoping that I would be able to prevent that kind of low pill play while also stopping the others. So here we are, moving on. Our next match, we have Grax, Herman, and Maurice with Morphin against Spike, Taylor, Grax, and Virginia. Overall, this is a very interesting lineup here. A lot of it's going to come down to what we decide to do first. So we have to wait for Dark War. As he looks at all of his options here, I would say probably Virginia would be his best opening move because I can't use my DR against him, so of course it makes sense that Virginia would be played first. Now because he has Grax, I want to make sure that I do enough damage. So if I can do enough damage with Grax, then that is ideal. Now I decided that I was going to throw Maurice because I didn't really want to play that many pills, and also if he was bluffing, I would win because 4 stars to 5, and it turned out that he did bluff with Virginia. He would have had to have played at least 2 more pills in order to beat Maurice, so it was very good. Actually, would have only had to play 1 more, but he would have been able to beat Maurice. I also wanted to make sure I got that pill back because I'm low on pills, and so now that I'm in the lead, basically the game is already over because I was able to call his bluff on Virginia. Dark War probably should have played just a few, 1 or 2 more pills on Virginia just to make sure that I didn't, kind of cut it close there. He was worried about not having enough pills at the end or having equal pills and about the same amount of life, but because he had Virginia, he could have afforded to go in just a little bit more. I know he's worried about my Morphin, but it didn't make a whole lot of sense for him to play nothing unless he was hoping that I would play a lot. I didn't, and so because I had Maurice here, that's the end of that. Now when I lead with Grax, the main point here is it doesn't really matter what or who he throws. I'm going to have done more damage with Maurice. I'm going to be able to do more with Herman, and he's not going to be able to do more damage than me, especially since I had 3 more life at the beginning of the round. So I'm basically just waiting. If I were in his position, Taylor is not quite as good, but Taylor's going to get destroyed by Herman. Taylor's best matchup is Morphin, but that's probably not going to happen. Spike would be able to guarantee that Grax doesn't necessarily beat him. Now, remember, I played Grax with 1 extra pill because I'm always going to get that 1 back from Morphin. I want to make sure that they're being honest and they keep playing. So here I've got my 2 pills, counters Spike. This was kind of the nail in the coffin here for Dark War 2B. Always be aware that when you go up against someone with Morphin, they're probably always going to be playing at least 2 pills because they lose nothing by doing it, and if it happens to be against one of the cards that it would have been really useful against, he could have easily thrown Grax and just put 1 pill on it and won. Could have really put 1 pill on anyone, but it's definitely over at this point because all I have to do is wait for him to play Taylor and then follow up with Herman, and it's over because he does not have enough pills in order to stop my Herman, no matter how many he plays. So the game is already over at this point. He definitely should have played at least one extra pill on Spike. If he'd have played one more pill on Virginia or Spike, he would have had a much better chance at stopping me in this round. Probably would have had to have played a little bit smarter or gone into a 50-50 situation, but because I was able to both win with Maurice and with Grax, this match was already over before round 3 even began. Again, I was really happy to be able to participate in these Survivor tournaments. I really love Survivor. I think I'm much better at Survivor than I am at Leader Wars and sometimes even DT or especially ELO. So Survivor, I would say, is kind of my niche. If I had to pick one place that I feel really really good at, one type of format that I think I excel at, I think it would definitely be Survivor, because I have Vard Pool and I know how people tend to play, and since a lot of these are clone decks, I actually tend to do a lot better when two people are playing the same deck, because I know how the deck works, I know what needs to be done, and generally I don't tend to get psyched out. I prefer to be one that doesn't, but sometimes I overpill. Everybody does that, so there's really no big deal there. Not to me, at least. So I really enjoy these Survivor runs. The Survivor run here did manage to net me top 50 for the day, which meant that I walked away with 4 credits for this at the end of the weekend, both for this day, and then with my 10 run on the next day, I was able to also make top 50, I believe, and so it was another 4 credits there. So I walked away with 8 credits just from playing Survivor for a few matches. Again, here we have Herman, who is just able to beat Taylor. I had just enough pills in order to beat Dark Gore here, but even if he had one, I don't think it would have mattered. Or at least there was really no option. He wasn't going to win no matter what. So up next we have Pub Oired 86. To be honest, when you're this far in and you're at 15 life and you've only got 11 pills, seeing someone with 12 life and 14 pills with Uluwatu is pretty much death for my deck. It's really hard to outdo all of this power manipulation, so you've just got to be able to either counter all of the cards that Uluwatu presents before you, which thankfully here, as you can see, I've got 3 DR and Jackie. Here we've got Oraya. I decided that actually it would be better to throw Grax first, because then I would be able to maybe guarantee some damage. So I'm thinking, should I throw Grax or Jackie here? Because if I throw Jackie, I stop the 4 life from Courage. But if I throw Grax, I actually stop 5 damage. And I can force some extra pills to be played, which is what I really want to do with Oraya. So I decide in the end, even though it's going to give him plus life, I'm actually going to be able to do more DR in case I lose if I play Grax. However, again, it's your own personal decision. Do you want to go for potentially most likely using that DR, or do you want to go with Jackie? And thankfully, Pub Oired thought that I was going to go in with Jackie, which I really did contemplate doing there for a bit. As you can see, I canceled my play on Grax a few times. This was excellent for me because now when I lead Jackie, for example, if I lead, I don't have to worry about Nalia being at 11 power. I can try and counter Nalia with only 9 power, or I can deal with Wee Lee as well without losing any damage from that. So now I'm trying to decide, okay, who I've got a 3-pill lead now, which is great. He's only got 2 life more than me. So overall, I'm in a much better situation. So I decide to start with Jackie, and I count how many pills do I need with Jackie in order to beat Serena next round. And the total number of pills that I would need is 9 left over for next time. So I say, okay, I'm going to play Maurice with the number of pills that I am safe to play and still be able to win, because if Makra is played, I'll be able to DR enough. So with Jackie CR and Maurice, I should be able to hopefully win both of those rounds and then just throw off on Makra. So if he plays nothing on Nalia, then, or if I'm able to just beat Nalia, unfortunately here we see Pub Oired 86 throws 23 attack against me, and I'm thinking, okay, this is less than desirable. I've been called perfectly again. And so now I have to win these next 2 rounds. There's no choice for me. I absolutely must win these. I'm in the 50-50 situation. A little unfortunate. I was thinking with Maurice, I was trying to counter Serena, who I would have tied with in pills, and I'd actually forgotten that because I had looked at Jackie CR first and thought, oh, Nalia only has 9 power, I was then focusing on Serena, and then I continued to think, oh, well, Serena has 10, and I did not account for the fact that Nalia with 3 pills would be able to beat my Maurice. Otherwise, I think I would have played 1 pill just to try and prevent the low pill, which is what you're expecting here. Your opponent, especially when they're low on pills here. So I just went, okay, Serena, probably. I'm thinking Serena is a bluff. How many do I beat Wei Li with? How many do I need on Jackie? And so I decided to go, okay, well, Makra, that means I need at least 5 more pills. I need 6 pills in order to beat Wei Li with Jackie CR. So do I want to play Makra with just 4 and hope that Serena is the bluff? And Serena was not a bluff. This was extremely unfortunate because it now means that I have lost this round, and this was the end of my run. It was just unfortunate that I was unable to call any of those, even though the massive overpill with Oraya, even with Maurice being able to be there and Makra with all the DR, Jackie CR just does not have the kind of damage output that I needed in order to be able to stop Serena and Nalia in the remaining amount. And so that's why having just, even though I have those extra life, having so many more pills are just so important in this game, and you cannot survive without them. And so with this loss, I'm back to 0, but my total number of wins here was 11. So that would have been Survivor win number 12, but unfortunately just missed out on Survivor win number 12. So those were just the last few matches there. Sorry I couldn't show you more. I had decided, I don't wanna film these when it's still low. So I started once I hit 10, I guess, and just to confirm what my ranking was at the time, so I decided to hop into Survivor and see what position am I at. So I'm looking down here, and then I realized, oh, this is for the week, because I had assumed originally that you needed to be for the week in order to get any of these bonuses. I did not make top 100, so I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to get any credits for this. But I decided, okay, well, maybe I did well today. How did I do for today? And it turned out for today, at least at that time, I was 19th. I only found out later that they also rewarded people for the daily number of wins. One of those things that just happens when you get really far into these is that you have to have the right cards, and then if you go against one of those Uluwatu decks, basically that's going to be your defeat, because Uluwatu is just able to pump out so much power. So thanks again for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and share it. And if you really like this video, then don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Zonia, and you've been in the zone.